An Amber Alert has been issued for 17-year-old Caden Speight. He was last seen wearing a t-shirt and blue jeans. Law enforcement believes he may be with 4 unknown, possibly Hispanic men.
Investigators combing through the area. Also, the forensics investigators are also on scene. And the vehicle that Caden was last seen, his truck is right there. I did speak with the deputies. They say there is a bullet hole in one side of that vehicle.
Okay, when it comes to 2025 and true crime, this year has been crazy all around. Real stuff, fake stuff, conspiracies, you name it, we seen it. But this right here might have topped it all, and I'm going to explain why. On Thursday, the 25th of September, we all got an Amber Alert. If you live in Florida, you got this. It was an Amber Alert for this kid named Caden Speight that got allegedly kidnapped out of his own car in Dunellen, Florida. Now, allegedly, he texted his mom after he got shot on Highway 484, and he texts his mom, "Mom, I've been shot, white van, 4 Hispanics." Now, at first, everybody's looking for a white van and 4 Hispanics. Everybody's worried because you already hear this kid's been shot and he isn't getting help for being shot. So everybody is panicking in the county, in the state of Florida. They're keeping their eyes, their ears open for a white van with 4 Mexicans in it. To the point where there was people working on roofs nearby the scene, and they had a white van and they were Hispanic, and people were looking at them weird, making them a suspect. Well, come to find out that this kid, Caden, did the ultimate hoax, the ultimate troll on everybody in the whole state of Florida. And this is what he did. So Caden went to Walmart and a couple stores before he went on 484, and he went to Walmart and he bought a bicycle and he bought a tent.
4 men in a white van, and described them as Hispanic. Our investigation started there, right? So we reached out with tips that were coming in, physical evidence there. Our forensics team responded and began an investigation alongside of our detectives. And what we learned through that investigation, and this is going again over all through the night and into this morning, is that the shooting or the abduction by some folks in a van, that was unfounded. That is we've not been able to verify that at all, and in fact confirm just the opposite. What we did find out is that Caden Speight did stop off at a couple local stores, including Walmart, prior to this incident occurring, and we've distributed some photos of him there at the Walmart. He purchased a bicycle, a sleeping tent, sleeping bag, and I believe he has a backpack with him, wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and evidence suggests that he left from that scene on the bicycle. So right now we're not pursuing this as him being abducted by 4 Hispanic males in a van. That has been proven to be untrue. However, we are still looking at this as a missing endangered juvenile. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so update now. This just coming in. We are with him right now, and he is in good health, and we are furthering investigation as we speak. So again, this is happening as we're going along here.
And he put it on the back of his truck, drove down to 484, parked his truck, put a bullet hole in his truck somehow, which not all the information's come out yet. And he takes the bike, rides the bike away with the tent, made it look like he died. This kid tried to fake his own death. And on top of that, what he did was so dangerous by blaming it on a certain race, a certain group of individuals that could have started and made a whole other situation. Imagine if police pulled over a white van for Hispanics and they were at gunpoint because they think that they're armed. Like, this is ridiculous. And this kid gets found with his bike, with his tent, in the next city over. Now, at first, everybody that found out that he's still alive was like relieved. Okay, we don't have a dead child out on our hands at this point. He's a 17-year-old kid at the end of the day. But now people are starting to get upset because he has not been charged with anything, and he should be charged and he should be held accountable. He should, probably have to go to juvenile or whatever, and he won't be there rest of his life. But this kid's parents need to whoop his ass, or this kid needs to go to juvenile, sit down and think about it, because this is what race baiting this could have started some type of war. Because remember, at first on X and all these sites, Facebook, whatever, they were saying that this kid was wearing a MAGA hat. And this was the reason why 4 Hispanics would. We're in Florida. Hispanics wear MAGA hats in Florida. Like, people need to understand, Florida is way different. No Hispanic's going to get mad about a MAGA hat. And what this kid did, it was actually very, very, very dangerous. And he should be held accountable for this. And the parents should hold him accountable in some way as well. This, to me, is the white Jesse Smollett. This is the, what do you call it? The Y&W Melly, in a way, how he shoots himself from inside the car, tries to make it look like somebody shot from the outside of the car, like Y&W Melly. This is horrible. And since he was a sheriff youth, part of the sheriff youth club in Marion County, he will not be charged. Mark my words. And if he does get charged, I'll come back and do another video, and I'll apologize to y'all. But this is what I've heard. His family's got connections with the sheriff, and they're not going to charge him. They're not coming with charges. There might be some kind of restitution in a way without getting charged if they could do that, but they're saying they're not going to charge him. But we'll see. I think they should as a juvenile, not as an adult, though.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on with this case in the beginning. We were trying to crack some sort of plot or scenario of what could have took place. And the only thing I could think of at the time was the fact that he took a front from somebody, or he was, dealing some sort of narcotics, and he took a load that he couldn't get off, and they came looking for him. Well, that's at least how he made it seem, with the information that he gave for the hoax, knowing that's a hoax now. But I don't understand why he did it. All the scenarios we came up with were pretty valid, pretty concrete of what could have possibly took place, and then come to find out it's all made up. But for what?
Okay, so is it attention? 17-year-old kid, not fully developed mentally, going through a hard time, to him, not maybe to us, because, we're from different cloth, but maybe something's coming up in his life. I've heard rumors of the mom might having some kind of illness. They own a business called You Pick Berries. Very successful family, it sounds like, and it sounds like they're very. Remember, they're saying he was wearing a MAGA hat, and he.
So you're breaking up real bad, Club.
A whole race at risk, bro. Imagine if 4 Hispanics that just did a roof was riding in a van, and then now they're at gunpoint because of this dude's stupid ass. He jugged the police. He gave a fake state. Well, not. He gave it to his mother, and his mother related to the police. So I think that's the loophole of not being a false statement. But this is very close to faking your death, and I think he should be held accountable for this.
Yeah, that was a pretty good synopsis. I'm not feeling the whole for a Mexican working on a roof. I'm just that was pretty stereotypical. I'm not gonna go there. But you're absolutely right. The description that he gave could possibly be a group of guys, contractors that's doing what they do, man, and get pulled over, and it's a horrible situation, right? That's one scenario. But I want to go back to when we were kids, right? We were all kids at one time. We all did stupid shit way before the internet, right? We could do shit and it'd be washed away, or it'd be thrown under the rug, or you can move away and act like it never happened. I think he's still in that mode. I don't know about you, man, but I've heard of a lot of kids, going through some things and not understanding themselves at the moment and time of age, maybe even a little younger than 17, that may pretend or act like, send a phone call home, your son's not alive, prank hoax thing, you know what I mean, just to see how much people love you. But this right here is pretty diabolical, you know what I mean? The scenario you gave, I didn't like it that much, but it does make all the sense in the world, man. You definitely put 4 individuals that already got shit going on.
Well, I gave a real scenario. Well, DBS, I gave you a real scenario because they actually, in the same neighborhood that this happened in, there was a white van with 4 Hispanics working on a roof that were targeted. This right here is dangerous what he did. And I think at this time and where we're at in America right now, we cannot even entertain this crap, bro, because we're at a divide. We're trying to come together, and this kid's putting a false statement out there, trying to divide us more. Is this some kind of agenda? Do you think this is bigger than what do you think this has
So
something to do with George Soros?
I don't know, man. The conspiracies are out of hand right now in the world of what's going on and taking place, all the way from, you know, government to Kirk to this right here. You know, it trickles all the way down. But when it comes to this kid, man, I feel like it was a distraction. Absolutely, it took off, you know, a lot of attention that needed to be, you know, looked at. But the positive side is this: you look at this and you see how messed up things are, and how people are using the race situation to try to like benefit from it in a sense and get sympathy. It's sick. Um, I think that things need to change. Unity is the main agenda, and with
They're
that,
calling
man,
him the white Jesse Smollett. They're calling him the white YMW Melly mix with the whole, Jesse
I can see that.
Smollett
I
blamed
can see
2
that.
black guys, bro, and this dude tried to blame 4
Mm.
Latinos, 2 fake
Smollett,
situations.
no Smollett.
Smollett.
Smollett. Yeah, I think yeah. So he orchestrated something where he was trying to be a victim of a hate crime. Same kind of situation here, except he didn't say he was shot and he didn't say he was kidnapped. That's hardcore. First thing I started thinking about was that good old, you know, that fraternity that nobody likes to talk about. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say it, but that's immediately what I thought, man. Some sort of something. What is this kid into? He got himself into some shit. Immediately, first thing I thought.
And it's just a couple days after you're able to have a open carry without having a permit on a gun in Florida.
Hey, listen, man. If you follow the rabbit hole deep enough, man, you might make it to China.
The Charlie Kirk situation had something to do with this and the ICE shooting, which that dude is a complete idiot. He went there for a mission and ended up killing his own people that he was
So let's
trying
talk
his
MK
message to
Ultra
make.
for a minute. Let's talk MK Ultra because I feel a lot of
Our
this
pizza then, by the way. It's not
has to
funny.
do with being programmed to an extent. Um, yeah, that guy, he didn't make any sense at all, man. He went in there and he shot the very people that he was trying to make a spectacle for. Like I don't get it, man. Like how stupid can you be, right? You can't be that blind and red-eyed about the situation to the point where you're you're just creating a fucking shit show of a mess. It's a scary time that we're living in, plug, and the conspiracies are something to look out for and watch because I see a lot of truth in a lot of the things that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, it's like a KKK member going and shooting up a KKK club. It's basically what this dude did. He shot his own people, man.
Whoa, what the no? What?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, bro.
Well,
What are you
that
talking
just gave
about?
me. I just got dizzy off of that, bro. Whoa,
I
that
love
just
this
made me
shit. I
dizzy.
love giving you dizzy, homie.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
anyways, man,
some.
I ain't gonna
Oof.
lie. Let's get back to the topic. I will say this, man. My natural human reaction when I found out the kid, did this, I actually felt a little bit of relief. I was like, oh, okay, he's alive. But then as a parent, that one side was like, man, this kid needs to be in trouble for this. There's something needs to be done. That's a lot of money that was spent.
Yeah, it's a deep situation, man. The crazy part is, I don't know how they put out an Amber Alert for a 17-year-old. That's different. Um, that's crazy because if it would have been anybody else, and it definitely wouldn't have been no Amber Alert. So I'm just saying, there's just a lot of things in here that are just. Would this have been handled the same way if it was someone of color?
That's a good question. That part of Florida, probably not. I'm gonna be real with you. That part of Florida, at one point, the KKK adopted a highway there.
Because there's kids that have been kidnapped all over America, bro, and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I
Majority of
asked
them are
Charleston
black and
White a
brown.
question. I gotta show you this, and I think. Hold on, man. I texted Charleston White real quick before we get out of here because it goes along with all this, and it's messed up what he said back. Hold on. See if I can find it.
Charleston White is the agent of chaos, man. He's a goddamn plant. Call it what you like. Call me crazy.
So I don't know if anybody knows this, but there's been, I don't know if been one or two. I think there's been at least one. I don't know if there's been two, but an African American gentleman from a different country was found hung at his university, right? So I
What?
made the point. You didn't hear about this?
I didn't understand what you just said. An African American from another country was hung in America?
Oh, not from an, okay, let me explain it better. So a foreigner, but a black foreigner from another, I don't know what country he's from, but he was found hung in a tree at a university.
Well, there's not. This is not the only story that came out about this. There's more than just one. Would be nice to know if you had a name to go along with this gentleman that was.
Well,
who we're
for
talking
somebody
about.
that's so Black Lives Matter, shouldn't you already know his name? Shouldn't you have already been, for why,
Well, this is
why
not
am I
that.
bringing,
We're
why
talking.
do I have to
We're
bring this
talking
up?
unity, man.
Listen, it's not the point,
Because there's
DBS.
more than
I
one,
texted,
man.
no, just like I'm calling you out, I'm not representing this kid, I'm calling Charleston White out. Hey, what about that boy that got hung in Mississippi? I ain't heard you say anything about him. And then you know what he said? That's what he said. So I'm ending it right here. Y'all see the truth, y'all. New Age Plug, you did it again.
Yeah, Trey Reed, man. That's his name. There was another.
About time you had to look that up. ChatGPT does wonders for you.
17-year-old Caden Speight's Amber Alert hit our phones at 7:53 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th. Marion County's initial report states the vehicle was found on Southwest 484, unaccompanied by Speight, with bullet holes in the doors. Reports state that Caden's mother told Marion County that her son texted her around 4 p.m. stating he had been shot. The initial report stated that he may have been abducted by 4 Hispanic men in a light-colored van. However, as of this morning, Friday, the 26th, Marion County Sheriff's Department released a new statement that they believe he left on his own on a black bicycle he had purchased previously on Thursday from Walmart. As the day goes on, more and more theories and speculation and opinions have arrived on social media about what could or couldn't have happened to Caden Speight. What we do know about Caden is that he was in a Southeast Little Britches Rodeo Association and that his parents owned Simple Life U-Pick Berry Farm locally here in Dunellen. Marion County is asking that if you do see Caden Speight, to not approach him as he is considered endangered as he's underage and to immediately call 911. What do you believe happened to Caden Speight? Do you believe this was all a setup by his own doing? Or do you believe there's something more sinister that could have happened to him?